Hi everyone, welcome to the guide for voiding a invoice credit memo. In this guide, we're going to quickly walk through how to void a credit memo. So I've got an invoice credit memo pulled up here, and just as a prerequisite, in order to void a credit memo, you must have the refunded and applied amount zero. So none of the amount can be used from the credit memo, otherwise it's not going to let you void it. So I can see here that none of the amount has been used, so I'm free to void this credit memo. If I just simply go options void, it's actually going to let me know that I have to get rid of all the inventory lines in order to void the credit memo. So I can take a look here and see that, okay, I have two lines here. So what I can do for this customer satisfaction line, any customer satisfaction lines, this return code is CS. I can simply just click on the quantity here. I can click on the location here, and I'm going to uncredit it, and I can put in the quantity that I want to remove. This was 1 in this case. Click on that, click on close. Now for these damage units, I'm going to have to do something slightly different. What I'm going to have to do is go to the inventory by location module, and I'm going to have to make those that SKU, I'm going to have to make it available, because right now when I save the invoice credit memo as a damage unit, it actually saved it as not available. So let's go ahead. I'm going to click on main here, and I'm going to click on my SKU. There, see? So on this damage location, I have one. This is the one that was saved from the credit memo, but I can see that it's actually listed as not available. I want it to be available. So if I actually try to remove it, if I click on one here, if I do this, if I did what I did with customer satisfaction, uncredit one, it's actually going to say that it's actually going to give me a message similar to this. So I need it to be available instead of not available. So when you return a unit as damaged, it makes it not available. In other words, you can't ship it. So what I need to do is I need to right click, and I need to change the not available quantity. I'm going to make it 0. Change quantity. Let's see here. So I'm gonna have to make sure that this is allowed in my app config. So let me just head on over to my app config. If you don't have access to this, just ask your admin, and then they should be able to give you access, or at least allow the changing of not available quantities in the damage area. So I went to app config, or just ask your admin if you get that message. So I'm going to change the not available quantity, make it 0. Okay, so now you can see the 1 went from not available to available. That's actually how we change. We actually mark items as damaged as well. So suppose I wanted to mark this as damaged, I can always right click, change not available quantity, make it 1, and change quantity. So it'll bring it back to not available. In other words, it'll mark it as damaged. So that's another way that we can mark items as damaged. And in other words, they actually won't be shipped if they're not available, if they're under this not available column. So let's change this not available column. Let's make it 0 because we want it to be temporarily available so that we can undo the invoice credit memo. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on this. And now you can see the available to pick is 1. The available is 1. So I'm going to click on this, uncredit this, click close, and now actually all the inventory lines have been removed. So I can click on options, void, click OK, and now the invoice credit memo has been voided. So just like other transactions, it's actually going to be gone from the credit memo center. It won't affect the customer's balance anymore, but it'll still appear in the audit trail, and you can use a very similar process for voiding credit memos as well.